Shifting our attention now to Kashmir Files, it was branded by certain segments of the political class as vulgar propaganda. It was also dismissed as a distortion of the truth. But today, once again, it's massive vindication for the film. Kashmir Files has received the Best Film Award at the Dadasaheb Phalke International Film Festival Awards. The film crew has in fact dedicated this victory to all victims of the Hindu genocide in Jammu and Kashmir through the late 80s and the early 90s. First up, let's listen in to the man of the moment, Vivek Agnihotri, the filmmaker, and what he had to say about this honor.
We dedicate this award to all the victims of terrorism in the world. This is what the film's message was. So thank you very much. You want to say anything? Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, sir. Keshav, I love you.
Thank you, presenters. Congratulations.
Thank you, Keshav.
Now, the Kashmir Files had been described as vulgar propaganda at an international forum, and many within India called it a film that demonized the Muslim community. Some filmmakers also demanded that the film should not be shortlisted for the Oscars. But as always, the ecosystem was quick to latch on to this honor. The Congress party has now gone on to say that this has just tainted the award, which is the Dadasaheb Phalke International Film Festival Award that the film has received, while the National Conference has called it a result of the BJP's marketing of the film. Now, here's how the lobby that has consistently tried to hide the Kashmir reality responded to this development.
See, I don't know who is Udit Shah.
Udit Raj.
Udit Raj. But what I have to say, I mean, I don't know in what context he's been saying, but see, there are different awards in this country, and that's another award, this thing. But according to me, that film pushes or shows, or whatever it shows is hatred, basically. That's what it spreads. And maybe this particular government wants to do that. We know that the government arm twists everything in this country.
कश्मीर फाइल्स गवर्नमेंट ने अपने साथ होकर बनवाई और कश्मीर के मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी को बदनाम करने के लिए बनाई। कश्मीर फाइल्स जो है वो एक फिल्म बनी, उसको मार्केटिंग बीजेपी वालों ने की, गवर्नमेंट ने की, और जिस तरह से उन्होंने की है, जितना मर्जी अवार्ड दे दें, इसको लगता है कि ये गवर्नमेंट ने जो फिल्म बनवाई है गलत बनवाई है। हाँ, कश्मीर के अंदर जो माइग्रेशन हुई, जो वहाँ से हुआ ही अनफॉर्चुनेट हुआ, लेकिन इसके ज़रिए मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी को बदनाम करने की कोशिश की। गवर्नमेंट जहाँ होती है वो जितने मर्जी अवार्ड दे दे उसको, लेकिन हिस्ट्री ये कहेगी कि ऐसा नहीं है जिस तरह दिखाया गया है। वहाँ कश्मीर के अंदर जो सख्ती हुई है या भुगता गया है, उसमें मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी ने ज़्यादा भुगता, माइनॉरिटी ने कम।
Well, let's take this across to our guests as well, who are joining us right now for their perspective on this honor. Mr. Lalit Ambardar, an activist, joins us, as does Mr. Ashwini Handa, political analyst. Mr. Handa, coming to you first, how do you respond to this particular honor that's been bestowed upon the movie Kashmir Files? It's the Dadasaheb Phalke International Film Festival Award that this particular film has received, among a whole lot of other films as well, who've received honors in other categories, as well as film actors, as well as actresses. But what's your response to this? Would you call this propaganda, or would you actually congratulate the filmmakers for this honor?
देखिए, हमें लगता है कि ये पूरी तरह से राजनीतिक से प्रेरित अवार्ड है जो कश्मीर फाइल को दिया गया है। हमने आपसे इसी चैनल पे बैठ के पहले भी कहा था कि ये टोटली प्रोपेगेंडा फाइल है, और जिस तरीके से आज इसको अवार्ड दिया गया है, ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। एक विवादित फिल्म को इस तरह से अवार्ड देना, और गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से स्पॉन्सर फिल्म को जो है वो देखा गया है। मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो वक्तव्य है, जो बयान था इस कश्मीर फाइल को लेकर, वो कोट करना चाहूंगा, जिसमें ये कहा गया था, जो सत्य है उसको सही स्वरूप में देश के सामने लाना चाहिए, और देश की ये भलाई के लिए होता है। तो प्रधानमंत्री जी का इस तरह का बयान दोहरा मापदंड लगता है। जब बीबीसी इसी तरह के कंटेंट वाली फिल्म को रिलीज करती है, और भारत सरकार उसको बैन करती है। ये बहुत बड़ा प्रश्न है कि एक तरफ भारत सरकार ये कहती है कि कश्मीर फाइल का कंटेंट जो है वो सही है, और दूसरी तरफ वैसा ही कंटेंट जो बीबीसी की डॉक्यूमेंट्री के अंदर प्रदर्शित करने की कोशिश की गई और उसको भारत सरकार ने बैन कर दिया गया, जबकि देश के अंदर ज्यादातर बुद्धिजीवी ये चाहते थे कि इस कश्मीर फाइल को बैन होना चाहिए। ये दो समुदाय के बीच में एक फ्रीका प्रस्ती वाला जो है वो माहौल बना रही है, लेकिन सरकार ने ऐसा नहीं किया, और अब इस बिना पर जो है वो डॉक्यूमेंट्री को जो बीबीसी किया उसको बैन किया गया है। सबसे बड़ा प्रश्न ये है, और आखिर ऐसी फिल्मों को जो विवादित फिल्में हैं उसको इस तरह का जो है अवार्ड क्यों दिया जाता है, ये समझ से बाहर है।
अच्छा,
और जो गरिमा है,
बीबीसी की जो डॉक्यूमेंट्री थी, आपने कहा कि उसे बैन नहीं करना चाहिए था। चैनल का भी यही हमेशा लाइन यही रहा है कि द बीबीसी डॉक्यूमेंट्री वॉट एवर रिजर्वेशंस यू माइट हैव शुड नॉट हैव बीन बैन्ड। लेकिन इस कश्मीर फाइल्स को एक ऑनर दिया गया है। ये पहली बार नहीं है जब दो समुदाय के बीच अगर कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुई है हमारे हिस्ट्री में तो उसे पहली बार प्रोजेक्ट किया गया है। परजानिया करके एक फिल्म आई थी जो 2002 राइट्स पे बेस्ड थी। फिर उसके बाद देयर वाज अनदर मूवी कॉल्ड फिराक व्हिच वाज आल्सो बेस्ड ऑन द 2002 राइट्स। तभी तो किसी ने, कांग्रेस ने या फिर कोई ऑपोजिशन बीजेपी से कहा नहीं कि इस मूवी को बैन कर देना चाहिए। तो इसीलिए लेट मी टेक दिस अक्रॉस टू मिस्टर ललित अंबरदार। मिस्टर अंबरदार, हाउ डू यू रिस्पॉन्ड टू दिस? ऑन द वन हैंड, of course speaks of a certain double standards that he says on the part of the BJP, where a movie like Kashmir Files is promoted while a documentary, a scathing documentary on the 2002 riots is actually censored on the part of the government. But at the end of the day, a movie like Kashmir Files also brought out in many ways the ugly reality of what happened to the Kashmiri Hindus in the late 80s and the early 90s, which had been censored in many ways for a large part of our history.
I don't know, it's not just double standard. I think it's not even hypocrisy. It's a blatant anti-Hindu sentiment time and again expressed by Congress party. Remember, at the time of partition, we left, the then Congress government, Congress party left 25% of population of Hindus and Sikhs in Pakistan, knowing well that Pakistan was created in the name of two-nation theory for Islam and exclusively for Islam. We left them there, and today their plight is they are reduced to 2%, 1.5 to 2% in West Pakistan, and about 8 to 10% in Bangladesh. This is what Congress party did. And now, in your own backyard, you have seen the genocide of Kashmiri. This is 40 years after independence of India, under Rajiv Gandhi and Farooq Abdullah government, alliance government in Srinagar, in Kashmir, the Kashmiri Hindus suffered genocide. And what were the tools of genocide? Rape, murder, mass murder. And today, if I have been speaking about it for the past 30 years, many of our activists have been talking about it for the past 32 years. Now the film has depicted actual stories, what Kashmiri Hindus suffered, and they are calling it a propaganda. Why so? Why so? You know what? They are hate Narendra Modi to this extent that they have started hating Hindus, they have started hating Indians, total Indian nation. And about Gujarat emergency, this film by documentary film by BBC. Number one, Goda rights, they were rights, not one-way genocide. Rights happened, 52 Hindu pilgrims, Ram Bhaktas were burnt alive like chicken and chicken in that Sabarmati Express. And in this retaliation, unfortunately, the riots happened. And in the police firing, not less than 400 people were killed were Hindus. Just remember that. And as far as Kashmir is concerned, there's no comparison. There's no comparison when whole of Kashmiri Muslim community was on the roads, either on the roads or in the mosques, shouting slogans, "Yahan ka chilega Nizam-e Mustafa, Kashmir mein rehna hoga, Allah Akbar kehna hoga, Pakistan se rishta kya lai lada." Can you imagine what hypocrisy it is about Rahul Gandhi, about the Congress itself? Rahul Gandhi, during his so-called Bharat Jodo Abhiyan, he was castigating the present government. The government is being so apathetic towards the plight of Kashmiri Hindus who continue to be targeted in Kashmir, who continue to be targeted on the histories of jihadis in Kashmir. And this is Congress speaking. No, the same Congress is speaking different language, denying Kashmiri Hindu genocide. Listen, genocide, if denied, has a very, very ugly aspect to it. It gets replicated. Indian nation, Indian state has forgotten in contemporary sense, the massacre of Hindus in Mopla, massacre of Hindus in Sikhs in 1947, and that's why you have massacre of Hindu happen in Kashmir right under India's secular watch. And you call them so-called Buddhijivi. Who are those Buddhijivis? Left, liberal, secular ecosystem. And those who want to highlight, they are not talking about Muslims. I'm saying, when I talk about it, there's Lieutenant Fayaz is my hero, Kashmiri Muslim, who dies for India, who dies for the nation. And all those people who just spoke on your channel, in your program, in your presentation, that more Muslims have died. Yes, Muslims have died in Kashmir. Who has killed those Muslims? Muslims have killed Muslims. In Afghanistan, who is killing whom? Muslims are killing Muslims. That doesn't make Taliban the saints of Afghanistan. So Kashmiri Muslims have died because many of them took guns against India, and anybody
why is a certain ecosystem so uncomfortable about what happened in Jammu and Kashmir in the late 80s and the early 90s? If it's being brought to the screen and shown to the people, why is a certain lobby responding in this manner? That's the question that needs to be asked. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmadar, and also Mr. Ashwani Anda for joining us. We have to take a short break right now. We'll come back with more on the other side.